Hello there, we're taking a break from delving into the 80s on the WWE Network, and we're going to take a look at something a little more recent, as in the first annual Fastlane event, which aired on Sunday night as part of the road to WrestleMania. Replacing Elimination Chamber, Fastlane is the event where the WWE will try to make Roman Reigns look strong in time for his main event match at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar for the title. In keeping with the spirit of this, and us because he fell asleep about halfway through the show, Little Daddy E will be providing us with some Roman Reigns facts.
Yay!
Which are essentially just Chuck Norris facts, only with Roman's name instead. Do you want to start us off with a Roman Reigns fact, Little Daddy E?
Superman's weakness is kryptonite. Kryptonite's weakness is Roman Reigns.
Very good. So, on to the pre-show. We had a special edition of Miz TV where Paul Heyman was fantastic, Miz was his usual smarmy self, and Mizdow actually took the attention off Heyman for a moment. Brilliant stuff. These guys are way too talented to be on the pre-show. We kicked the event off properly with the six-man tag team match. Dolph Ziggler, Ryback and Eric Rowan versus Seth Rollins, Kane and The Big Show. Nothing really of note here, except that Ziggler and Rollins had the best exchanges and made me wish that the other four weren't in this match at all. Rowan misses a spin kick on show, which connects with the ring post, which Rowan sells really well. And we also get a Rollins ass shot to go with his recent dick pics. Thanks for that, Big Show. The ending was a waste, as Big Show nailed Dolph in with what appears to be his own version of the Superman punch, the fat fuck Superman punch, and Kane pins him. There's nothing like pushing that young talent, eh? Aside from Sting showing up, it's almost like Survivor Series last year never happened. The babyfaces get destroyed afterwards with a number of choke slams and curb stomps until Randy Orton makes his big return
From out of nowhere!
What were the odds of that happening, eh? Although the crowd knew this was coming, they'd already been chanting for Orton for ages before he arrived. I'm not sure why Orton showed up in his wrestling gear though. He's not wrestling tonight, so why is he wearing his gear? Would have made more sense for him to come out in t-shirt and jeans, surely. Anyway, Orton hands out RKOs to the Authority members, except for Rollins, who does a runner. It looks like we'll be getting Orton versus Rollins at WrestleMania, so that should be a great match. How about another Roman Reigns fact?
Oh yes, no Roman Reigns reality shows exist because nobody can survive in Roman Reigns' reality.
Very good. Next up we have Stardust. Stardust. Coming out for his...
I was tempted to do the
You were tempted to do the theme song there. Very good. He's coming out for his match against his brother, Goldust. Tonight, Stardust isn't wearing the full bodysuit, but he's rocking a pair of trousers that make it look like he's wearing a couple of cans of Rockstar energy drink on his legs. And somewhere, Cody Rhodes' moustache is feeling sad, as that would be the one way of making Stardust look even creepier. Crowd aren't really into this match at all. The only highlight of the match for me was a bloke in the front row banging a Goldust mask and a Stardust mask together. It made me smile, because it reminded me of the end boss fight in Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped for the PlayStation 1.
Yay!
It does make me wonder how the ending between Goldust and Stardust was supposed to go, because it looks like it was severely botched here. The referee didn't even slap the mat 3 times. What the hell? Oh, and the backstage segment afterwards didn't help us. Dusty Rhodes nearly burst out laughing whilst his two sons were beating the shit out of each other. Way to go there, Dusty. Just make your kid's big angle look good, eh?
It's the best parenting ever.
At this point, we get peeved off with the network freezing and buffering all the time, so we actually thought, fuck this, we switched it off and watched the rest of the event on Sky 1 instead.
Well done, network.
Seriously, WWE, you need to get that shit sorted out if you want to keep those subscribers. Let's have another Roman Reigns fact.
Once an entire country disagreed with Roman Reigns. That country is now called the Moon.
Very good. And now it's time for the tag team match, and having witnessed Stardust's trousers already, let's take a moment to discuss the attire worn in this match tonight. For some reason, the Usos appear to be following Stardust's trend of being dressed up like a sports drink, whilst Tyson Kidd is rocking some purple and white ring gear that makes him look like a jar of Morrison's Value Rage curry sauce. I don't know what Natalia's wearing here tonight, but damn, she looks good in it. Bit of a catsuit thing going on there. I also found out recently that Naomi's real name is Trinity Fatu, which makes me wonder, why didn't she wrestle under that name? Surely Trinity sounds more like a wrestler name than Naomi. Anyway, some great chemistry between the Usos and the team of Cesaro and Tyson. This was easily one of the best matches of the night. At one point, Cesaro appears to do a junkyard dog headbutt on all fours. Was that intentional? Did he just fall over? Did anyone tell him that headbutting a Samoan is a bad idea? He also does a one-legged Cesaro swing as well, which is amazing. I got one of my predictions right, as Cesaro and Tyson became the new tag team champions.
Yeah.
I do like this pairing. The Catitude era has begun. Although Lillian Garcia announced, "Here are your winners, and still, the new tag team champions." Oops. Expect that to show up on the next Botchamania. How about another Roman Reigns fact?
When Roman Reigns plays Monopoly, it affects the actual world economy.
Very good. Next up, what happens when Triple H and Sting are in the same ring tonight? Triple looks like he means business. The suit is off, and the denim/leather gear is back. Although he's wearing so much tape around his hands, it looks like he's got 2 broken wrists. Tripper says he can either make Sting's legacy last forever through the WWE Network, through DVDs, merchandise, action figures, putting him in the Hall of Fame, etc., etc., or he can erase Sting from history altogether. Just like his TNA run then. Oh, are we not mentioning that? Okay.
Yeah.
Trippers goes for a cheap shot, but Sting sees it coming and fights him off. Trippers takes Stingers down and pounds on him before popping off to get his sledgehammer out from under the ring. Why is there always a sledgehammer under the ring?
Because Triple H can control the laws of physics or something, I don't know.
We're not doing Triple H facts.
They can control probability.
We're not doing Triple H facts. We're going to make Roman Reigns look strong.
Okay, make him look strong. Jump to Roman.
But Sting's got his equalizer, the signature black baseball bat. It's baseball bat versus sledgehammer. He forces Tripper into the corner with the bat pressed against his throat and makes him drop the sledgehammer, which then bounces comically high up in the air upon hitting the ground. Oh dear, it's plastic baseball bat versus rubber sledgehammer.
Yay.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound quite as
Wait,
impressive.
so he had him up in a corner, shoving a long black thing near his mouth.
Yes, I suppose.
Okay.
When you put it that way.
And people say wrestling looks a bit weird, looks a bit gay.
Professional wrestling, it's not gay at all, folks. Honest. Slurp.
Ah.
Sting silently points to the WrestleMania sign, indicating exactly what he wants. It's going to be Stinger versus Tripper at WrestleMania. Let's face it, folks, Sting versus Undertaker isn't going to happen anytime soon. They're both in their 50s for crying out loud. At this point, you don't even need to have Sting wrestling Taker. Just have them standing in the same ring together would be enough. Trippers tries to attack Sting afterwards as he's leaving the ring, but he gets a shot from the bat and a scorpion death drop for his efforts. Let's have another Chuck Norris fact. No, another Roman Reigns fact. What am I talking about?
When a boogeyman goes to sleep every night, he checks his closet for Roman Reigns.
That's very good, I like that. I'm the boogeyman. Oh, just have a sip of my coffee there. That's very good, I like that. Coffee. It's the Divas title match up next. We have current champ Nikki Bella going up against Paige. And I'm hoping that Paige puts Bella in the Paige turner tonight. Nikki's absolutely covered in fake tan. Some of it actually starts coming off on Paige's thighs. Nikki actually looks the same colour as that roast chicken we had for our Sunday dinner earlier on in the day.
Yeah.
Nikki hits a decent looking powerbomb and an Alabama slam onto Paige. Paige manages a comeback, but she's not quite able to slap on the Paige turner. And Nikki has to pull on the tights to retain the title. Bullshit! Paige should have won that. And the poor lass looks like she nearly had a wardrobe malfunction too. Oh, and by the way, the Bella Twin feud of 2014 clearly never happened, as Bree's very happy with her twin retaining the title. We then get the official announcement that it will be Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania 31. Just want to comment on the terrible crowd so far tonight. It seems like they've been asleep for most of the event. This crowd wouldn't have booed Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble because they wouldn't have reacted to anything at all. You would have thought that a Memphis crowd would have been good. I mean, isn't Jerry Lawler from here? Oh well. Let's have another Roman Reigns fact.
Roman Reigns can smell what The Rock is cooking.
Well, yeah, because it's his cousin.
Oh.
Chances are he's probably been round his house.
Oh.
The Rock's probably had a barbecue or something. It doesn't really work in that context when you think about it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you probably...
Roman Reigns doesn't get frostbite. Roman Reigns bites frost.
That's really good. It's funny that you should pick that one up involving The Rock. It's like, yeah, he's his cousin.
I just thought about
He's probably been round his house for a barbecue or something. Anyway, as much as I love that a Brit is the IC champ, I predict that tonight Dean Ambrose will beat Bad News Barrett. Barrett will then go on to fight Wayne Rooney at WrestleMania, as Michael Cole brought up Barrett's recent exchange of words with Rooney on Twitter. JBL's football knowledge actually took me by surprise. I'm more surprised that Rooney knows how to use a mobile phone. I mean, surely he'd be happier with a spare tyre and a bit of rope. Quality match between the two really looks like it was going to steal the show, until we got the crappy finish, because we all love bullshit DQ endings, don't we?
Yeah.
But let's hope this leads to a no DQ rematch at WrestleMania. On the plus side, the crowd are actually starting to make some noise, even if it is mostly boos. We then get an advert for the WWE/Flintstones crossover movie.
What?
And Jesus Christ, what happened to the voices of Fred and Barney? Could you at least get hold of some decent voice-alikes? Is that actually a thing?
Probably not.
Okay, well, someone who actually sounded like Fred and Barney did back in the day. The Druids are out next, so it looks like Adam Rose and Zack Ryder's going to be working tonight. And they're pushing a coffin down to the ring. Oh my god, The Undertaker is back! But now it's actually Bray Wyatt inside the coffin. Ooh, you sneaky fecker. It's clear now that Bray has been calling out The Undertaker over the last few weeks. And there's a wicked feeling in the air tonight, apparently. Bray states that he is the new face of fear. Although I think Haku and Barbarian might have had something to say about that.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Do you want another Chuck Norris fact?
In a moment, let me just finish this last bit.
Okay.
That's on my... Bray Wyatt goes on to say that he will claim the soul of The Undertaker at WrestleMania. So yeah, set that match up. Go on then, let's have another Roman Reigns fact.
The original title for Alien vs Predator was Alien and Predator vs Roman Reigns. The film was cancelled shortly after going into pre-production. Nobody would pay money to see a film 10 seconds long.
Very good. I like that.
If you spell Chuck Norris in Scrabble, you win forever.
We're not doing Chuck Norris facts, we're doing Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but he's just there too.
Oh, okay.
Roman Reigns' blood type is AK-47.
You just put a random Chuck Norris one in there.
Yeah. Chuck Norris versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah. The resultant there would just be a resultant explosion in the Levi Stadium as a result of too much awesomeness.
Make Roman look strong.
Yeah.
Job to Roman.
So next up, the United States title, which hasn't had this much attention in feckin' years, as Cena takes on Rusev. I predict that Rusev will win this and retain his undefeated streak, but something will happen that will lead to a rematch at WrestleMania. And likely Cena will beat him then. If he's going to end the streak, he's going to do it on a big event, and he's not going to do it on feckin' Fastlane, let's be honest. Rusev makes his way up to the ring first, and do we still really need Putin on Rusev's Titantron? We get it. We get it. He's a Russian, all right?
Poot.
Take that shit off.
Poot.
Cena's out next to his usual mixed reaction. Rusev is a mohawk away from becoming Zangief from Street Fighter. The crowd actually wake up and start chanting for Lana.
Okay.
Rusev kicks out of the attitude adjustment and starts spamming the black hole slam for some reason.
Honestly, so bad at Street Fighter.
Cole once again calls a crossface an STF because he is a fucking idiot. Luckily, JBL was there to correct him again. Rusev escapes from the crossface and even powers out of the STF when Cena actually does one. There's the STF, Maggle!
Maggle.
Cole!
Maggle Rock.
Maggle Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Maggle Rock.
Cena powers out of the first attempt of the accolade, but a distraction from Lana leads to Rusev kicking Cena in the balls and then in the head before slapping on another accolade.
Accolade.
Cena doesn't answer the referee's call, and the bell is called. This didn't happen in Rocky IV. Rusev wins by submission, although Cena didn't actually give up. He was knocked out. I smell a rematch at Mania, as I predicted. Even if it was to count as a submission, which it doesn't really, this would actually be Cena's first televised loss to a submission since No Way Out 2004, and that was to Kurt Angle's ankle lock. Can we get another Roman Reigns fact before he comes on?
Alright then. Roman Reigns invented black. In fact, he invented the entire spectrum of visible light, except pink. Tom Cruise invented pink.
Very good. Right. Reigns versus Bryan is last on, as it should be. And these two absolutely beat the shit out of each other. Some super stiff shots from both of them. Reigns misses a Superman punch and Bryan gives him a huge kick in the gut that Reigns sells like a motherfucker. Commentating team actually do a good job of acknowledging Reigns' recent hernia operation and whether Bryan might have re-injured him. Crowds seem unsure who to cheer for, although with this crowd you can't really sort of tell with that. Both men show off babyface traits, but also some heel ones as well, as Roman is quite vicious and Bryan's got a big smile on his face when he realises that he might have injured Reigns with that kick. Some excellent spots and transitions here. These two deserved far more reaction than what they received from this sleepy Memphis crowd. Quick pacing, stiff shots, great reversal. This is how it's done. In the end, Bryan goes for the flying knee, but Reigns actually counters that in midair with a spear for the pinfall. Holy shit, that was a great finish. Reigns getting a clean, decisive victory is just what he needed here. No overbooking. Thumbs up for that, and a damn good physical match. Bryan and Reigns have actually got visible marks on their faces after this one from when they've been swatting each other. Bryan shakes Roman's hand afterwards, giving him his seal of approval, but not before telling him that you'd better kick his ass. You heard the man, Roman. Get it done, because we're all watching you now. I don't see how people can be upset about this. Reigns wrestled his heart out tonight, and he definitely deserves that spot in the main event now.
And just one last Roman Reigns fact. There is no theory of evolution, just a list of creatures Roman Reigns is allowed to live.
I initially predicted that the match would end in a draw, which would lead to a freeway at WrestleMania again, but
oh my!
That would have hurt Reigns' credibility. It would have shown that the WWE had no faith in him. And if WWE don't have faith in him, then why the hell should we? A couple of times in the match, I thought that was going to happen. Like when they nearly got counted out outside the ring, and when the referee started doing the 10 count when they were both down on the mat, seemingly completely spent. But I'm happy with the ending that they went for. Good booking. Great pay-per-view. Well worth staying up for. A few bullshit finishes here and there, but I enjoyed this show far, far more than the Royal Rumble. Don't get me wrong, Fastlane is still a filler pay-per-view to bridge the gap between Rumble and Mania. It's a set-up event rather than its own entity, and to be honest, you probably could have done most of these storylines, these angles, and these matches across a few episodes of Monday Night Raw. But having said that, this was still a damn good show. Match of the night, Reigns versus Bryan, no doubt, although I really liked Usos versus Cesaro and Tyson as well. What was your favourite match of the night based on what you saw before you fell asleep?
I fell asleep, so it just have to be Usos.
You'll have to Usos versus Tyson and Cesaro, okay. But you'll be catching the replay of it later, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the WWE Network for an undisclosed monthly sum.
That's right. I wish they'd tell you what the undisclosed monthly sum is.
And Michael Cole actually talks about the wrestling all the time. He never tells me about the app.
I know. I want to know how to download the app. I don't want to hear about the wrestling. Goodness me.
Honestly.
So, WrestleMania card. Calling it now. Apart from Reigns versus Lesnar and Sting versus Triple H, which were confirmed anyway, I'm predicting a Cena versus Rusev rematch, maybe a cage match to stop Lana interfering, or perhaps a submission match. Ambrose versus Barrett rematch, but under no DQ rules. A rematch between Paige and Nikki. A rematch between Gold and Stardust. Oh, and of course, Taker versus Bray. Oh, and Orton versus Rollins as well. And WWE had better have a damn good opponent for Bryan lined up for WrestleMania after his selfless act here tonight. That's all I'm going to say. So, that's us done for another episode of the podcast type thing. Join us again for this weekend. We'll be delving back into the 80s. 1987 we'll be taking a look at. We'll be taking a look at the Survivor Series 1987, which aired on the same night as the NWA's Starrcade 87. So we're actually going to compare the two pay-per-views side by side. But before we go, let's have one last Roman Reigns fact to finish off.
Roman Reigns doesn't write books. The words assemble themselves out of fear.
And on that note, we're out of here. Good night, everybody.